carefully ask the right questions to get the right clues. Don't be too quick to jump to conclusions. Then you can make up your own mind about the truth. Ask, search, knock. Jesus said this, "Ask, and it will be given to you. Search, and you will find. Knock, and the door will be open to you. Everyone who asks will receive. He who searches will find. The door will be open to the one who knocks." Matthew 7:7 and 8. Ask, search, and knock. Why? Imagine trying to find an old friend who moved away from the neighborhood. How would you go about it? First, you would ask, "Anybody know where my friend's new house is?" Maybe someone at school would say, "I heard that kid lives over near the park now." What would you do next? You would search. Maybe you'd get on your bike and ride to the park to look for your friend. Finally, what would you do when you found the right house? You would knock. Then you could see your friend face to face. That's why we ask questions about God. It's a way of finding Him for ourselves. Asking leads us to search for Him more actively, and searching for Him makes it possible to meet Him. In this verse, God's talking. "When you look for me with all your heart, you will find me." Jeremiah 29:13. That means to seek with your best effort. That sounds like a good idea. It's time to really go after these questions. If you ask and think and search for the answers with all your heart, maybe you'll finally discover that every answer leads to God Himself. Because, as St. Augustine said, all truth is God's truth. So, tighten your thinking cap, march boldly to the next page, and prepare yourself to do some thinking and maybe even have some fun doing it. We're going to tackle 5 big-time questions, one by one. Part 1. Case for Faith. Chapter 1. Why would a good God allow bad things? Early on August 29, 2005, Hurricane Katrina hit the Gulf Coast of the United States. People in the city of New Orleans, Louisiana, were on alert. At first it seemed as if the winds had done little damage, but the next morning the storm walls, called levees, burst. Seawater swirling wildly from the storm washed across the city. Hundreds of thousands of people lost their homes and had to flee the city, but some couldn't leave because they were sick, handicapped, elderly, or didn't have transportation. Many people died from the tragic flooding. Survivors flocked to the Louisiana Superdome, the enclosed stadium that had been built for games and fun. It soon became a crowded place of pain and panic. No one had enough water or food. There were no working bathrooms. Families were separated in the confusion. Then came more tragedy, caused not by wind or water, but by people. Criminals showed up on the flooded streets, breaking into buildings and stealing all they could carry. There were violent attacks, some against soldiers and rescuers who came to help. People fought viciously for seats on the buses in order to escape a city of terror that had once been home, a vacation destination, and a place of good food and parties. People all over the world began to ask questions. How could nature be so cruel? How could people behave with even more cruelty at the very worst time? And where was God when we needed Him most? Wasn't He watching out for the world? Couldn't He have stopped the storm? Couldn't He have protected innocent victims from flooding and criminals? Question. Have you heard about a disaster like Katrina, the earthquake in Haiti in January 2010, or perhaps some fire or accident in your town? Did you see pictures on television? How did you feel when you saw the pictures or heard the stories? Why? An ancient question. Ever since the earth has had people living on it, these great questions have been asked. Where is God when bad things happen? Why won't He protect us from disaster? Why doesn't He punish the bad people? Deep thinkers call these questions the problem of evil. They wonder why there is evil at all if our world is guarded by a God who cares about us. If we have a good God, why do bad things happen? That last question really takes some tough thinking. A Greek philosopher named Epicurus asked it more than 2,000 years ago. It seemed to him that if God and evil are both in the world, then God should use His powers to eliminate it. If He doesn't, the philosopher asked, why doesn't He? Does He lack the desire or does He lack the strength? That's a tough one.